Hey guys, welcome to Jam2 Production Live. Today we're going to have a lady from La Pryor. Her name is Susana Del Toro. She is an author of a book named Ma About. Here I go again. I just had it. She'll give you the title when she comes on. She is running a little late. She's got a phone call that she had to take from her brother. So here we go. Let's. Please forgive me. Here we go. Oh, no. I called the wrong person. Okay, guys. Her name is Susana Del Toro. Her book is called My Story from Up Above. Okay. We'd like to welcome in Susana Del Toro from La Pryor, Texas. Hello. Are you there?
Yes, I am. Hey, Jesse. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Oh, definitely blessed.
Amen to that. If you don't mind, I want to ask you a few questions about what you're doing online and all that, and you answer as best as you can and however you want, wherever the spirit takes you.
Sounds awesome.
Okay, all right.
Yes, sir.
What inspires you to start a testimony online?
Boy, you started with that one, right? Quick and in a hurry. Jesse, you want the truth?
Yes.
I did not want to do that online.
You didn't?
No, I didn't. I've always been good at writing poetry, okay?
Mm-hmm.
When I used to work at the prison, the inmates would tell me stuff about their lives, whether it was the illegals or the ones that were the ones from here. They would tell me stories about their lives, and while they were telling me, I was over here just writing and listening to them.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time I knew it, a poem had already come out of what they were saying. When it came down to this, I wrote a poem about my life.
Yeah.
And it was, in all honesty, it was a bear all.
Right.
It's the very first poem I read live on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
When it came to that, I did not want to read it live because it was a bear all. Now, let me tell you a little bit about my background, Jesse.
Yeah, okay? That'd be great.
My mom was a pastor.
Mm-hmm.
My mom actually helped direct churches from the ground up. My mom and my dad. Okay, right. They did it here in La Pryor. They started a church here, supporting my cousin.
Okay.
My mom was his supporter, and the way that started is we were living in Colorado. Mm-hmm. When his mama died, his mama told my mom, "Pensar mis hijos." So my mama said, "We need to move to Texas because we need to take care. I need to help now Pastor Martinez." And so we all moved to Texas. My mom and my dad, we grew up going to church. Mm-hmm. However, along the line, now mind you, it's 2 brothers and 7 girls. All the girls are in the middle. The brothers are the oldest and the youngest.
The youngest.
Wow. And as far as the girls go, they were all in the church, except for me.
Wow.
I was the one that strayed. Okay. Now, don't get me wrong. I strayed, but anytime my mom needed something for the church, I was down. They were raising funds, and it didn't matter what amount my mama told me she needed. I would make it happen.
Yeah.
And one day, my nephew said, oh, my mom said, Susana, when are you going to go to church? And I said, Mama, I help you out in everything you can. And I will never forget the words of my nephew, David Arvizo. David Arvizo is my older sister's son. Uh, he said, she knows you help her in every way you can. She's not asking for she's not asking for your help financially because you never turn her down when it comes down to your help financially. She wants you there in church. She doesn't need your money. She
He
needs
wants you.
your soul.
Right.
And
Right.
this is my nephew telling me this. So then I'm like, Mama, whatever amount of money you want, you tell me. I'll make it happen.
How long ago was this?
Oh, this was years and years ago.
Is
Like
it-
I said, I prayed.
okay, good.
Um, Now, my mom got sick.
Hmm.
I'm jumping up quite a bunch of years later.
Okay.
My mom got sick,
Hmm.
and uh, I was I was afraid of losing my mom.
Right.
So I started bargaining with God.
Bargain.
Lord,
Wow.
take me instead.
Yeah.
Don't take my mama. Look at the life I live. Look at the life I'm living right now. I am worthless. My
Yeah.
mom has helped start churches. She backs up the churches in Mexico. She backs up the churches in Carrizo, in La Pryor, in Batesville. My mom's their constant supporter. Mom, anything they need, my mom will help them out.
Yeah.
Don't take my mom. I'm worthless. Save my mom. Take me instead of my mom. Save my mom. Um, my mom got worse and worse, and I would cry out to God. I'll give you my life. You can do with it whatever you want to spare my mom.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what I mean by bargaining.
Wow.
When I was living in Crystal City at the time, it was February. It was February. Well, it was January that they told us uh, my mom was terminal,
Hmm.
and they were gonna have her in hospice care. We were, like I said, we're seven girls.
Right.
So me and my sisters, from the oldest to the youngest, I'm second to the youngest.
Yeah.
From the oldest to the youngest, we were taking turns taking care of my mom. It was 12-hour shifts. Okay. Well, one day I finished my 12-hour shift and I was fixing to head on back to Crystal City. And my mom, I go, Mama, I'll see you later. I love you. I'll come back tonight. And I gave her a kiss on the forehead, and as I was gonna go away, turn and walk away, she grabbed my hand and says, Susana, I want you to come home. I'm like, no, she goes, Susana, I want you to go home. I said, I am, Mama, I'm going home. And she says, no, to your home across the street. I want you to go back to that home. I'm like, sure, Mom, I'll do it. Now, mind you, Jesse, I'm second to the youngest, but I'm stuck on my last name, Del Toro.
Yeah.
Okay? My mama knows this. And don't push me to do anything as a Del Toro. Give me your word as a Del Toro because I would move anything just to keep my word as a Del Toro.
Yeah.
And my mama knew that. So then I go, yeah, Ma, one day. She grabs and I'm turning to walk again. She pulls me back and she goes, no. Give me your word as a Del Toro that you'll start moving over here. And she said that. I turned and I faced her completely.
Hmm.
And I said, Mom, I give you my name as Susana Del Toro that starting today, I will start moving back over here. So I called my niece, Faith Flores, and I said, Faith, I need your help. She goes, what's up, Tia? And I go, I need you to help me to start moving over here. Now, mind you, this is on February the 12th. It took us 3 days. No, I'm sorry. It took us 2 days. On Valentine's Day, February the 14th, I said, Mom, I already finished moving over here. Now, why was your what was the urgency for me to come back? And she said, because I don't have much longer,
Wow. Sorry to hear that.
and I don't want you to be alone. I don't want you to be alone over here, over there. At least over here, you're surrounded by your sisters. When she said that, I mean, I made a strong face in front of her because I didn't want her to see me crying.
Right.
But she said that I came back to my house and I started bargaining with God even stronger, stronger. Lord, please take me. Do kill me if you want. Get rid of me. I don't care. Just let my mama live. Don't let my mom die. Don't take her. She's done too much for you. I'm worthless. Needless to say, March the 21st, my mama died. Okay? And my mom had such a peaceful death that it was like this. You know when a person passes away, sometimes they don't even look like themselves.
Yeah.
My mom's face, because she died in my older sister's house. My sister Cookie, who's now the pastor of the church, my mom died in her house, and my mom's face looked like a porcelain face, like a porcelain doll.
Oh.
And even when she was at the Rosina's funeral home, she looked like like a porcelain doll. She looked beautiful,
Right.
and regardless of how beautiful she looked, I was angry with her. So I I went on a self-destructive mission. 2017, 18, 19, 20. I hit rock bottom. It doesn't matter what you call it. If there was a sin, I committed it.
Yeah.
I did not want to live, and I hated God with a passion because I felt like he had taken the only person that loved me. Well, my sister Mary Ellen, he ends up taking her too. Again, I'm fighting with God. Take me, leave her, spare her, take me. And she dies too. So that was just like adding more furnaces, the more fire to the furnace. I was so angry.
Right.
And my sister Mary Ellen died in 2020, I believe. In 2020, at the end of 2020, 21, I couldn't take it anymore. I was at my wit's end. I wanted to end it all. So believe it or not, Jesse, I got a gun, cocked it, put it to my head. And right as I'm going to pull the trigger, now I live alone, okay? Right as I'm going to pull the trigger, because like I said, I hate God so much. I'm so angry. He took my mom, he took my sister. And right as I'm going to pull the trigger, I hear, Susanna. I turned around, my neck almost had a whiplash, I ain't going to lie. I turned around right quick and in a hurry looking for my mom. And no one was there. So then I still walked around my house making sure nobody was in my house.
Yeah.
And then I go back to my room, I hit the gun again. And again, right as I'm gonna pull the trigger, I hear Susanna, I did not spend so many years on my knees praying for you to take the coward's way out.
Wow.
And nobody's in the house yet. I'm hearing these words loud.
What year was this?
And I I broke down. I broke down. Those were the words that broke me. Now, because of the life that I was living, Jesse, and I don't recommend it for anybody. Like I said, drinking, smoking, drugs, sex, anything and everything.
Right.
I did it all, and none of it found me peace. Found peace, and none of it did I find peace.
No.
So I went to my sister's house. Here we are, November, and I told her, sister, I can't do this anymore.
What
I'm
year was
tired.
this again?
2021.
Oh, 2021. Okay. And then?
Yeah, it's towards it's November 2021. I feel so alone. God took Mary Ellen. He left me alone. He took the two people that loved me the most,
Right.
and he left me alone. He should have taken me and not them. And my sister tells me, Susie, I love you. Don't you know that? I love you, and I will never leave you behind. That's what started breaking the ice around my heart. And my sister's the one that, my sister, which is also my pastor, Maria Luiso, nicknamed Cookie, she's the one that helped me break through the barriers that I had around my heart. Um, Now, fast forward. Okay, throughout all of this, I'm still writing poetry. Okay,
Yeah.
and throughout all of this, my story the poem called "My Story" came out.
Right.
I published a book. As a matter of fact, the poem, the story, it's in that book that I published.
Yeah.
My gift from above.
I bought it.
That's a yes, I know. Thank you. That poem. That's my life right there,
Yeah.
step by step, how it happened. Now, I had already written that poem, and this year, we're forwarding again a couple of years. This year, uh, it was March of this year, 2017, that God really started speaking to me, really started speaking strongly to me that I needed to share my poem live
Right.
on Facebook.
Right.
Every now and then, I would post a poem, and people liked them and whatnot. But so I was thinking, okay, I just need to post it on there. And no, God kept on putting it in me that I needed to read my poem. So then I go to my pastor, and which is also my oldest sister, like I said, and I said, sister, I'm struggling a lot.
Right.
And she goes, what's going on? I said, God keeps on putting it in me that I need to read my poem out loud, the poem about my story, which is called V Story. He wants me to read that. He puts it in me to read it out loud on Facebook Live. And I don't know what to do because everybody's going to know what I've done. I'm going to bring shame to the family. I'm going to bring shame to mom's name as
Yeah.
much as she worshiped God, as much as she worked for the honor and glory of God. I'm going to ruin her last name. I'm going to stain her reputation. You know what my sister had the nerve to tell me?
What's that?
She said, what do you care what anybody else says? Oh, because I said, everybody's going to talk about it. It's going to bring embarrassment to the family. My sister goes, what do you care what anybody says? The one you should be worried about is God. Yet that didn't stop you from sinning. He
Yeah.
was watching you, and you didn't even take that into consideration. What do you care what anybody else says?
Amen.
When she said that, it's like she just punched me and knocked the air out of me. I was floored. I'm like, how true is that? I'm over here worried what people are going to say. Yet the one I should have been concerned about was God. But never once did that thought cross my mind that God was watching me. So it was God instilling in me to share my poem, the story of my life, live
Yeah.
on Facebook.
Right.
When I shared that poem, it got over 1,000. I think it was 1,000. Last time I had looked, it was 1,200 and something views.
Right.
It got shared left and right, And I would encourage people, y'all know somebody going like this, share this with them. Let them know that there is help. Let them know that, hey, I got out. Look, this lady got out. You can get out too. So, it was the fact that my sister told me, what do you care what other people say if you didn't
Right.
worry when God was watching and He's the one that would care? God instilling in me to share my testimonies was started it all. My sister telling me that, hey, God saw it all while I was doing it.
Right.
That's what got it going. When I shared that poem, Jesse, I was surprised at how many people as were writing on there on the comment section. I was uh I was listening to you say that this is your story and what you were going through, the step by step how it happened, and it seemed like if you were talking about my life.
Wow. By any chance, do you
And
have that poem with you right now that you could read over online?
I do have it here, as a matter of fact.
Awesome. I would
It's
like for you to
rather
share.
long, Jesse.
Well, I mean, how long is it? I mean, you can read it anyway. I mean, it's a.
Are you
I'm
sure
much rather
you're
you.
okay?
Yeah,
Okay, hold on one second. I got it
I
right
think people
here.
need to hear it.
So goofy.
You know, in these days, I think people need to hear it because of the things that the changes. You know, thank God that a lot of things have changed for the better. Hopefully, this coming year. But you know, still we have people that are down. If you want to do it, go ahead.
Give me one moment. Let me bring it up, okay?
Okay.
Uh, hold on one second.
Okay. Excuse me. Let me turn this down.
Huh? I thought I had it right here, but I'm looking for the window that I have it in because I have so many open.
All right. You got it.
Hold on one
Okay.
second. I'm sorry,
That's
Jesse.
okay.
Give me one moment.
That's okay. People can look at my pretty face.
Yeah, let them look at your pretty face. There you go. Um, one second. Oh, there it is. It's the ninth poem. Hold on one second.
That's okay.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead and start anytime.
Just give me one moment. Okay. It's called a story.
A story.
With you, my friend, I would like to share a story. When I'm done, you will realize you too have a place in glory. It's a story of a woman I know very well. It's a story she would never, ever tell. It wasn't that long ago, you see, that she was lost like anyone could ever be. If you think with your sins there's no way to heaven you could get in, well, let me tell you, she committed every thinkable sin. She drank, smoked, did drugs too. To her, none of that was anything new. To quench her loneliness, she committed adultery and fornication. Yeah, Satan gave her a false sense of satisfaction. All was put at her command. She never would have guessed exactly what of her Satan would demand. To hang herself, she was given enough rope by placing in her hands liquor and a lot of dope. to fulfill his every sexual desire. He made her feel worthless and mired. She started feeling like nothing could be done. There was no way to get up. There was no way to get away from the evil one. Little did she know, her mama continued to pray for her soul. She later sunk into a deep depression, thinking there was no forgiving of her transgression. She imagined slamming into a pole, thinking that would bring peace to her tortured soul. Yet, through all of this, for her soul, her mama prayed. Her mama got sick, so to God she would pray. Let my mama on this earth stay. My life I will gladly give to you if you let my mama live. I heard those words plenty of times. I would be rich if for each time I had a dime. Her mama got worse and soon was gone. The loneliness that overtook her was oh so strong. Angry to God, she would yell. Now I don't even care if I go to hell. She spent many a night in great despair, thinking of her. There was no one that would care. She got a gun, put it to her head, thinking I'd be better off dead. When in the stillness of the night, she heard a voice that gave her such a fright. Her mother's voice came with a real loud boom. Susana, if you do this now, your soul will be lost forever. You'll face doom. I didn't spend many an hour on my knees, so you could take the coward's way out with ease. It's your turn now to get on bended knee. Ask the Lord to set you free. It's your turn now to do his will until your soul is no longer ill. Taking her mother's words to heart, for God's will, she must do her part. She asked his forgiveness and he made her clean. He forgave all her sins, even when she was very mean. I know all this for a fact to be true. You see, I was the woman that God made new. I was the one who was found in the mud and the muck. Yes, my life was so bad. And there's where I was stuck. It doesn't matter how far in sin you may be. The Lord above, he can set you free. It doesn't matter what addiction may have you bound. The Lord, he can release you from that demonic hound. I'm not an exception, you see. Christ died on the cross for both you and me. It was a choice he made liberally, so over sin we would have victory. To show that there's hope for your wounded heart. Here I am doing what my mama said. I'm doing my part. That's it.
Wow. That is powerful. That is real
That,
powerful, and you know,
that
it's
was the
moving.
poem that started all of this. Um, sorry about that.
No, it's good. It's good. I'm glad you shared it with us. Man, I mean, there's really nothing to say after that. You know, you yeah, you know, it's just powerful. I hope people listen to this, and where can we get this book? I got mine on Amazon, but is there
Yeah,
other?
they're still on
They're
Amazon, I
still.
believe. They are still on Amazon. And Jesse, this poem,
Mhm.
my story, you don't you want to share it, you let me know. I will send you copies. It's not a problem.
Okay.
Because if there's anybody that's out there thinking that hey, they've gone too far down, there's no help, there's no hope, there's no resolution. Well, I'm here to say there is. Satan tries to paint our little world so chaotic so that we do not call out to God.
Yeah.
Because if we call out to God, we'll know the truth. So basically, when I started doing the poems,
Mm-hmm.
Jesse, it's because um, God put it in me to let others know that, hey, you're not alone. You're not alone. I was there and I can help you get out. I can tell you how I got out. I'm nobody to judge. Nobody.
Right.
And when I do my poems live, before I was just doing English. Starting this week, I started English on Monday, and then Spanish is going to be on Wednesday. So when I started doing this, Jesse, people may think I'm crazy, but I started giving my phone number out.
No, because I give my
If
phone number out as well.
if
My.
you need anybody to join with in prayer, call me.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You message me, text me, messenger me. It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
That's what God has started. The fact that people
Well,
need to know that it's all a farce. There is a way out.
well, I sat through many of your testimonies, and they're very moving. They're very touching and very powerful at times. You can relate to a lot
You
of what
know,
you've gone through. You know.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. I've got a cousin. I love all my cousins, but I got this cousin,
Mm-hmm.
Rose Martinez, and a lot of the poems that I read live on Facebook, she's like, man, if she'll type it right there on Facebook, man, cause it looked like if you were talking about my life, man, cause that was my life. And not only her, I've got other friends and family and even people that I don't know that are messaging me, hey, I could have sworn it was my life you were talking about. So
Yeah.
it's, I'm just sharing the way out, just like it was shared to me.
Yeah, I felt that way as well. At times when I listened, it felt like you were talking about me, and the spirit, the spirit knows what you've done, and of course, when you speak, you know, uh, it you feel it. You feel like how does she know about me? What what is she
You want to hear
talking
something?
about? Where was she hiding? You know.
You want
But
to hear something funny?
what's that?
When I was a teenager going to church, and we had visiting preachers coming in, and they start preaching, and what they were saying was something that I did. I would look at my mom and I would say, "You told on me."
Oh yeah, I used to do that too, going to
Now
church.
I know how they felt.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, "Who's been talking about me around here?" But the
Uh-huh.
Holy Spirit, the Holy Spirit.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, this is a wonderful story you just told. I had a whole list of questions, but I think you answered the whole thing.
And
You
you
know?
only asked one.
Yeah, I only asked one, and I'm not even worried about the list anymore because uh, your story is, I believe it's good, and it's touched people. It's going to touch people. Those that are watching
Yeah,
live, I'm sure were moved by it. I was. I am really moved by it, and I can't wait to
thank
share
you.
it on YouTube as well, guys. Also, this will be on YouTube on Jam2 Production. Um, Go watch it. Go share it, please. The story. Um, Susan, I know you got out of work late today, and I won't keep up. I won't keep your time now. I know you need to rest and have your supper.
You're
So
good, Jesse. You're
yeah,
good.
but that was a great story, and I appreciate you coming on with me on my first
Yes,
show.
thank
On my first show, So I appreciate it. I really didn't have much to say because you said it all.
So
But
it was all the honor and glory. It's all for the honor and glory of God. Before I came live, before you called me,
mhm,
well, actually since yesterday when you invited me,
right,
I was praying. And I told you when we talked on the phone, I'm going to pray about it.
okay,
So today, and this is what I do as well, when I'm going to do my points live. I told you earlier when we talked, I don't have nothing written down.
Right.
I don't have nothing rehearsed. I'm not going by a script. And even when I go live on Facebook, Jesse,
Mm-hmm.
I just I read the only thing that's written down is my poems and the scriptures that back up what the poem says. Okay. Now all these scripts, all these poems are about my life. I don't write about anybody else's life. It's my life.
Right. Right.
But before I go live and before I came live on here, I was praying and I was saying, Lord, let this be for your honor and glory. Let the
Amen.
people that see it, the people that hear it, realize that all of this is for your honor and glory, not to exalt Susanna Del Toro, not to exalt, oh, what Susanna is doing. No, for your honor and glory, for you, for so that the people can see what you did in my life and how they too can be saved, how you help me and you too can help them.
Amen.
And I have the habit of saying, Lord, if it's not something you want me to say, silence me.
Amen.
Because I don't want it to be something that I'm talking out of my mouth and not my heart. I've got two cousins that I talk to a lot, especially on the weekends when I'm working on night shift. One is my cousin Frank Lopez, and then my cousin Ada Del Toro. We would talk a lot, and they're the ones that I'm always uniting with in prayer, and especially Frank, when it comes down to stuff like this, he says, let it just say what God tells you to say. So right here, if I answered all your questions, it's because I was saying, Lord, go before me. You guide me. And if you don't want me to say something, shut me up.
Well, thank you for coming on. Thank you
Yes,
for
sir.
giving your story. I really do appreciate it, Susana, and God bless you.
Oh, thank you very much. May God bless you, protect you, and keep you safe. And Jesse, may you continue to be an inspiration to many. It
I
was a
hope.
pleasure.
I hope it's you as well. God bless.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bye bye. I just want to thank everybody for coming on and being live with me. Thank you for listening in, tuning in. Right now, I'm lost for words, and thank God for Susana, and thank God for all of those that'll hopefully come on and this show's not going to be just about that. It'll be about several things. So thank you very much. God bless y'all, and have a wonderful